Hello everyone, my name is Tyler and welcome to AI Football Prediction Lab, Europe's most trusted football prediction channel. In this video, we'll be covering a total of 25 matches taking place this Friday and Saturday across Europe's top 5 leagues. Our European football expert, Luca, has analysed these games for you, and he'll be here shortly to share his insights and predictions. This video is open to everyone. However, the matches scheduled for Sunday and Monday in these leagues will be available exclusively to our premium members. As always, our most trusted picks, the top predictions, are also shared only with premium members. You too can become a member for the price of just a cup of coffee and gain full access to all of our exclusive content. So now, let's hand it over to Luca and hear his thoughts on these 25 matches to be played this Friday and Saturday.
Hello everyone, Luca here. As Tyler mentioned, we'll be talking about the 25 games taking place this Friday and Saturday across Europe's top 5 leagues. Let's start with the Premier League. In the opening Premier League match, Brentford face Manchester United. United boosted their confidence with a 2-1 victory over Chelsea in their last game. Brentford, on the other hand, have managed only one draw in their last 3 matches. However, they remain a strong side at home. They haven't lost a single home game this season. That's why I expect Manchester United to have a tough time here. My prediction is that Brentford will score at least 1 goal. With Cunha returning, United might still push for a win, but their defensive problems continue. Brentford to score at least once is my pick. In the next match, Chelsea take on Brighton. Chelsea have failed to win their last 2 games, most recently losing 2-1 away to Manchester United. Brighton are also winless in their last 2, but they actually went 2-0 up against Tottenham and just couldn't hold the lead. My prediction is that we'll see at least 1 goal in the first half. Brighton are a very attacking side. They've only failed to score once this season. Chelsea too have been involved in high-scoring games, and their defensive weaknesses were exposed again in the Bayern Munich match. On top of that, Cole Palmer may not play. With Chelsea pressing forward and Brighton dangerous on the counter, I expect at least 1 goal in the first half. In the next match, Crystal Palace host Liverpool. Palace have had an incredible start to the season. They remain unbeaten despite losing some key players and have conceded only 2 goals. The joint best defensive record in the league alongside Arsenal. On top of that, they already beat Liverpool in the Community Shield and also lifted the FA Cup earlier this year. Liverpool are also in great form, winning all 5 of their opening matches and sitting 5 points clear of Arsenal at the top. However, this is a very tough away game, and next week they face another difficult trip to Chelsea. My prediction is Liverpool double chance. Palace are very confident right now, and a draw is possible, but I don't see Liverpool losing this one. Leeds United face Bournemouth. Last week, Leeds earned an important victory with a 3-1 away win over Wolves, delivering a convincing performance. For them, it was a crucial result. Bournemouth, meanwhile, are in excellent form. Since their opening defeat to Liverpool, they haven't lost a single game. With 10 points, they currently sit 4th in the league. My prediction is that we won't see 2 goals in the first half. Leeds will play cautiously against a strong opponent like Bournemouth, and Bournemouth usually play in low-scoring matches. That's why I expect the match to stay tight early on, with more goals likely to come in the second half. In my view, there won't be 2 goals in the first half. In the next match, Manchester City take on Burnley. Of course, City are the clear favourites and they're in excellent form. Last week they were close to beating Arsenal away, but had to settle for a draw after conceding a late goal. My prediction for this game is no goal in the first 10 minutes. Yes, City have huge attacking power, but Burnley have gone back to their old identity, defending well and staying compact. I expect them to try to lock the game down from the start. City might even need 30 minutes to break them open. Burnley also aren't likely to score from counters in those opening minutes. So my pick is no goal in the first 10 minutes. In the next match, Nottingham Forest face Sunderland. Sunderland have started the season better than expected, collecting 8 points from their last 5 matches. Forest, on the other hand, have been disappointing with no wins in their last 4 games. This is an important fixture for them, but my prediction is that Nottingham Forest will not score 3 goals. Sunderland are playing well and defending strongly, while Forest had a tough midweek trip to Real Betis in the UEFA competition. It was a tiring match, and with their squad lacking depth, I don't see Forest putting 3 goals past Sunderland. So my pick is Nottingham Forest under 3 goals. On Saturday's final Premier League match, Tottenham face Wolverhampton. Under their new manager Thomas Frank, Spurs already look much improved compared to last season. Wolves, on the other hand, have had a dreadful start, losing all 5 of their matches so far, and another defeat here looks likely. My prediction is over 1.5 goals. I expect at least 2 goals in this match. Tottenham will surely find the net at home, while Wolves are desperate to finally get some points on the board. They'll have to attack, which means they could score themselves, or concede again while pushing forward. Either way, I believe we'll see at least 2 goals in this game. Now it's time for La Liga. The weekend begins on Friday with Girona against Espanyol. After 6 matches, Girona are still without a win, collecting only 2 points so far. However, their performance away at Athletic Bilbao last time out was more encouraging. Espanyol, meanwhile, are enjoying a strong season with 11 points from 6 games, sitting 4th in the table. My prediction is over 1.5 goals. Girona will be desperate to get their first win of the season, but it won't be easy against an in-form Espanyol. I expect at least 2 goals here, and it wouldn't surprise me if both teams score. On Saturday's first La Liga match, Getafe take on Levante. This is really a clash of styles. Getafe are a strong defensive side, while Levante are much more attacking but often leave gaps at the back. My prediction is over 1.5 goals. Even though Getafe are defensive, playing at home I expect them to score at least once. Levante rarely struggle to find the net. They've already scored against Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Real Betis this season, as well as several other teams. I believe Levante will score here too, which means we should see at least 2 goals in this match. On Saturday's second match, we have a huge clash, the Madrid derby between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Atletico come into this game after a narrow 3-2 win over Rayo Vallecano, a match they could easily have lost. Performance-wise, they still don't look convincing. Real Madrid, on the other hand, are flying with 6 wins out of 6. Making it 7 out of 7 won't be easy, but I believe they can at least avoid defeat here. My prediction is Real Madrid double chance. If Madrid truly want to win the title this season, this is the type of match they need to step up for, and a victory here would send a strong message to Barcelona. Even if they don't win, I expect them to get at least a draw. Atletico are in transition and not as strong as they used to be, so I don't see Real Madrid losing this derby. Mallorca face Alavés. After 6 matches, Mallorca are still without a win, collecting only 2 points and sitting 19th in the table. Alavés, meanwhile, have made a more balanced start with 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 defeats. My prediction is Mallorca double chance. I feel it's time for Mallorca to finally get a win, because they're not as bad as their results suggest. They were unlucky with a tough fixture list at the start of the season. This looks like the right moment for them to react, so at the very least, I don't see Mallorca losing this match. In Saturday's final La Liga match, Villarreal take on Athletic Bilbao. Villarreal haven't won any of their last 3 games, most recently failing to beat Girona at home. Athletic Bilbao, on the other hand, have won their last 2 matches. My prediction is that Villarreal will score at least 1 goal. Yes, Bilbao are not an easy side to score against, especially away from home where they know how to shut down games. But Villarreal's attacking power is high, and I think they can exploit Bilbao's slower defense on the counter. So I expect Villarreal to find at least 1 goal here. Now it's time for Italy's Serie A. On Saturday's first match, Como face Cremonese. Como come into this game after a 2-1 win over Fiorentina, showing clear signs that they want to push for a top 5 finish this season. The team looks very well balanced. Cremonese, meanwhile, have made a better than expected start, remaining unbeaten with 2 wins and 2 draws from their first 4 games. My prediction is that Como will win this match. Yes, Cremonese avoided defeat in their last 2 games, but there was a bit of luck involved. Como have 2 tough matches coming up against Atalanta and Juventus, so they'll be determined to secure 3 points here and give themselves some margin for error for the next 2 matches. For me, Como to win. In the second match, Juventus take on Atalanta. Atalanta have boosted their morale with back-to-back wins in the league. Juventus, meanwhile, drew 1-1 with Hellas Verona in their last game and now sit second in the table with 10 points. It's a match where Juve are closer to the win, but Atalanta look more settled as a team now. My prediction is Juventus double chance. At the very least, I don't see them losing. Juventus have been focused and performing well in big games this season, so while a win is likely, a draw is also a strong possibility. That's why I'm going with Juventus double chance. In Saturday's final Serie A match, Cagliari face Inter. Inter got back to winning ways with a victory over Sassuolo, while Cagliari have actually made a strong start. Yes, they only picked up 1 point from their first 2 games, but those were against Fiorentina and Napoli, a very tough opening fixture list. Since then, they've won both of their last 2 matches and currently sit above Inter in the table. My prediction is that Inter will not score 3 goals. I still see Inter as closer to winning this match. But Cagliari are playing very well, and I don't expect them, especially at home, to concede 3 goals. Now it's time for the German Bundesliga. On Friday night, the only match is Bayern Munich against Wolfsburg. Bayern are in excellent form right now, especially in attack, where they look unstoppable. Wolfsburg, on the other hand, are still trying to find their rhythm, but remain shaky defensively. My prediction is that Bayern Munich will win the first half. With a Champions League game coming up in midweek, I expect Bayern to take control early, finish the job by halftime, and then be able to rest some players in the second half. On Saturday, 4 Bundesliga matches kick off at the same time, but we'll start our analysis with Heidenheim versus Augsburg. Heidenheim have had a terrible start to the season, losing all 4 of their matches so far. Augsburg, meanwhile, are also struggling, coming into this game on the back of 3 straight defeats. My prediction is that Augsburg will score at least 1 goal. They are under pressure to react, and overall, they are slightly stronger than Heidenheim. The home side will push hard to finally get their first point of the season, but I still expect Augsburg to find the net at least once. Next up, Mainz take on Dortmund. Mainz have yet to pick up a single point at home this season and often struggle to score against defensive teams. However, they boosted their morale last week with a 4-1 away win over Augsburg. Dortmund, meanwhile, remain unbeaten this season, and with their strong attacking line, they come into this game as favourites. My prediction is Borussia Dortmund to score in the 1-2 goals range. Mainz will be extra motivated at home, and I don't see them conceding more than 2 goals. Still, with Dortmund's attacking quality, I expect them to score at least once. So my pick is Borussia Dortmund 1-2 goals. In the next match, St. Pauli face Leverkusen. What we've seen so far this season is that St. Pauli are very tough to beat at home, no matter who the opponent is. They also play attacking football rather than sitting back. Leverkusen, on the other hand, despite their squad quality, haven't really found their rhythm yet and have failed to keep a clean sheet in any of their matches. My prediction is over 1.5 goals. St. Pauli's offensive style means they can take advantage of Leverkusen's unsettled defense, and I expect them to score. Leverkusen should also find the net, but to reduce the risk, instead of going for both teams to score, I'm going with over 1.5 goals. In the next match, Wolfsburg take on Leipzig. Last week, Wolfsburg lost to Dortmund, their first defeat of the season, but they still created 2 clear chances and even hit the post. Leipzig, meanwhile, bounced back from their heavy loss to Bayern by winning their last 3 games comfortably. Even though both sides are attacking teams, I expect them to start cautiously and feel each other out. My prediction is no goal in the first 10 minutes. As the game goes on, it could certainly open up and turn into a high-scoring contest, but in the opening 10 minutes, I don't see a goal being scored. In the final match of the evening, Mönchengladbach take on Frankfurt. Last week, Gladbach earned a 1-1 draw away at Leverkusen. Frankfurt, meanwhile, started well in the Champions League, but the boost from that win seemed to fade quickly as they suffered a home defeat in the league last weekend, perhaps due to fatigue and complacency. My prediction is that most of the goals will come in the second half. Especially Frankfurt have strong attacking potential, but I expect the match to open up later on. Especially with Gladbach playing at home, I see them starting cautiously to avoid an early setback. That's why my pick is more goals in the second half. And finally, we move on to France's Ligue 1. The weekend kicks off on Friday with Strasbourg against Marseille. Both teams are in good form at the moment. Marseille come into this game after an impressive 1-0 victory over Paris Saint-Germain. Strasbourg, meanwhile, have made a fantastic start with 4 wins from their first 5 matches. My prediction is that both teams will score. Strasbourg haven't conceded a goal at home yet this season, but they also haven't faced an attack as strong as Marseille's. I expect Marseille to find the net and Strasbourg to respond as well. On Saturday's first Ligue 1 match, Lorient face Monaco. Lorient are an inconsistent side, often producing unstable results. While they try to stay solid defensively, their attacking power is quite limited. Monaco, meanwhile, are top of the table on goal difference and, apart from the Lille match, haven't struggled to score this season. My prediction is that Lorient will not score in the first half. Their main priority will be defending, and I don't see them creating enough to find the net before halftime. In this match, Toulouse take on Nantes. Toulouse have been involved in some very high-scoring games this season, especially against Paris Saint-Germain. Nantes, however, stand out with their defensive performances. My prediction is that Toulouse will not score 3 goals. It's time for them to react, and at home, they will certainly push for at least a draw, maybe even aim for a win. But Nantes are a solid defensive side, and I don't see them conceding 3 goals in this away match. In Saturday's closing Ligue 1 match, Paris Saint-Germain host Auxerre. PSG suffered their first defeat of the season away at Marseille. For this game, they will be without Dembele, Désiré Doué, and Barcola. My prediction is that Paris Saint-Germain will win by a margin of 2 goals. Even with these important absences, they'll want to quickly bounce back from last week's loss, and I expect them to start strongly. Auxerre may try to stay solid defensively, but they won't be able to stop PSG. I see PSG winning this game by 2 or even 3 goals. That concludes our analysis and predictions for the 25 matches to be played on Friday and Saturday across Europe's top 5 leagues. Remember, from these 25 games, our most trusted selections, which we call top predictions, and our higher risk but carefully considered picks, which we call bold predictions, will be shared exclusively with our premium members. In addition, the matches to be played on Sunday and Monday in these leagues will also be available only to our premium members. You too can become a member for the price of just a cup of coffee and gain full access to all content published on our channel. We hope our predictions bring you luck. Take care of yourselves and see you in the next video.